An event that has courted much controversy over the years at the various trials, be they Olympic or World Championship, and maybe no different this year. Look at the lineup: Richard Knowles in lane 1, Jared Deacon in 2, Jamie Balch in lane 3, Sean Baldock in 4, Mark Richardson in 5, Daniel Caines in 6, Solomon Wariso in 7, and Corey Henry in lane 8. Well, Mark Richardson, for a long time, could not have believed that this moment would have arrived, and whatever happens today, of course, still not really in his hands as to whether he will be going to Sydney or not. But he has done everything that he has needed to do in terms of his performances on the track. Has looked very impressive over the last couple of weeks, and in the semis cruised through, really looking very relaxed. Didn't run as fast as one or two of the other men in the final here, but he didn't need to. And this afternoon he will be well aware of what is required. Has been in this position so many times. Maybe a little bit aware of the fact that Baldock and Balch are inside him in lanes 3 and 4. Sean Baldock, who ran so well in the semi-final, pushed Jamie Balch all the way to a very, very fast time. Baldock running a big personal best, 45.2. And let's not forget young Daniel Caines. There's Jamie Balch. Caines out in lane 6. 3, 4, 5 and 6, big lanes to watch, and the athlete's not happy. Well, Mark Richardson has had so much turmoil to go through over the lap right down. Yes, it's still raining, it's a little bit cool, but given the fact that Donna Fraser ran so well, we might see a pretty good time here. Jamie fought hard to win his semi against Baldock yesterday. Will have his sights set on the two big men outside him. And young Daniel Caines, 21 years of age, again, just inside the Olympic qualifying time. Well, that is a very, very late recall, and I can't for any sensible reason understand why they did it. I'm just looking down at the track. So unusual to see a false start in the 400, and the suggestion is that Jamie might have been rocking in his blocks. Well, Jamie Balch, of course, good 200-meter pace, and maybe feeling he wants to get out there and try and frighten the others outside him, if you like, get through that first 200 quickly. I'm not sure what tactics Mark Richardson will employ. You would assume, with him being outside the other two, that he's got to get out there. And a word, of course, about Ewan Thomas. Ewan Thomas, we're told now, may well be going to race in Sweden on Tuesday night. And Ewan Thomas needs to get the qualifying time, not here at the trials. And I think maybe having seen the fast times run by Baldock here and Jamie yesterday in the semis, now realises that the first three in this race have all got the requirements to get picked for Sydney. Quite obviously, the only big question mark is, of course, over Mark Richardson and what the IAAF arbitration panel decide to do about him. So Ewan now feeling as though he needs to get a race in before the end of the week, but he's not here. So one false start for Balch. Richard Knowles in lane 1, Jared Deacon in 2, Jamie Balch in 3, Sean Baldock in 4, Mark Richardson in 5, Daniel Caines in 6, Wariso in 7, and Henry in lane 8. Well, that is out there in lane 8. What a long hold by the starter there. Or was it Wariso in 7? Well, we're now being told the gun didn't work. Maybe his powder got a bit wet in the rain. Well, he's got two guns. I think one would work. Of course, this doesn't help the athletes, and the more experienced ones, such as Jamie, will be just trying to keep the nervous energy at the right level. Recompose yourself. Go through the mental preparations again as you go back to your blocks. First three here may well be guaranteed a slot. Ewan Thomas will have to wait to see what the selectors think. Finally they get away. Daniel Caines has started very fast out in lane 6, as we saw him do in the semi-final yesterday. Mark Richardson, Baldock and Bolch, not much between them at the moment. Maybe Baldock has caught up on Richardson a little bit, but Daniel Caines certainly setting the pace in lane 6, and also going well is Corey Henry right out there in lane 8. But Baldock now is up on Mark Richardson, and Richardson's going to find himself with a little bit of work to do in the home straight. Jamie Bolch trying to get back on terms with Baldock, with maybe a metre lead as they come into the home straight. Mark Richardson now beginning to pour it on, and here comes Jamie Bolch. Richardson, Baldock and Bolch. Richardson still a yard or so ahead. Baldock trying to get on terms. Richardson looking good though. He's going to hang on and win. Richardson gets it from Baldock. Then Jamie Bolch. Well, after all of the problems, Richardson finally comes through to win the Olympic trials. Will that mean he goes to Sydney? We don't know yet, but he has done everything he can do now. 45.54, the winning time a little bit slower than maybe we would have expected. Baldock ran a great race there. He's booked his place to Sydney, and it was Bolch who came in 3rd place. And that is going to be interesting now to see what the selectors decide, but I would have thought that these are the 3 that they may well go with.
And doesn't this man deserve to go? I'll tell you what, he ran the fastest control race of the first 3. There was no question about it. He went through 200 like an athlete who knew exactly what he was doing, where he was up to, and what he could do with the others. And he came through at this stage really well. And Baldock knows now he's in a race. But what a weekend Sean Baldock's had. He's gone better and better and better. A lifetime best. And he's beaten his old personal best in both rounds. And he didn't give up. Richardson showed his experience. He showed why he has been a champion. And he could be there again. Richardson wins, Baldock 2nd, Bolch 3rd, and Ewan Thomas with a real problem.
Well, it's not Ewan's problem really. All Ewan can do is get himself fit. We know he's been struggling with injuries, and if he can get a race in, that would be fantastic for him. But you know, Ewan Thomas is a great athlete, and if Ewan isn't fit enough to compete in the individual event and do himself justice, then maybe a slot in the relay squad would be some sort of compensation. But for Mark Richardson now, he just has to